Hello, this is Monica Daniel from my house, quarantine during the pandemic, months later. Um, I consider myself an introvert, but I'm kind of tired of being with myself all the time. Luckily, I have kids and cats, but even so, it'd be nice to have adult conversations sometimes. But, it's been, even without the pandemic, this has been a very trying year for me. So I've, used all sorts of coping strategies to not go completely crazy. As you can see, this is my room. It's covered in art. The rest of my house is covered in art. Art I found from professional artists, illustrators, my kids. And there, it's this brings me joy and makes me happy. And some of the art I found, my favorite artists. I'm gonna tell a little story here. This is by Laura Zombie. I found these little prints, and I was wondering. I don't know what. I just selected a bunch, and when I started looking at them, I realized that there was actually a story to these that subconsciously I didn't realize this is why I was picking them. So let's see. First, there's a sad little girl, their little guardian. This one is about finding courage. You decide to fight back, fight for happiness, fight for, what's most important to you, and then making the choice to leave the darkness and go towards the colors and light, and then finally rising and emerging and fighting for happiness and lights and good things, and less horrible things that are coming in the world. And that's pretty much sums up my journey this last year, and I imagine a lot of people can relate with what's been going on with the pandemic and politics and everything else in the world. But art is it's something that's really important to me. I get inspiration, my creativity. I'm inspired by arts. And even though I'm an editor and, I deal with moving images, there's something I love about the vibrance of colors and the creativity that artists have, when they're drawing these pretty pieces. And my two favorite pieces are actually, I guess depending on how you're looking at it, they could or could not be art, but I wanted to share it with you. Well, I've been editing for over 16 years, but people tend to forget that when I got into scripted television, because I had to take a step back into assisting, and they're like, oh, you're an assistant. I was like, I've been editing a lot longer than I've been assisting. And so when I finally worked my way up to get some editing credits, a good friend of mine, who she knows who she is, sent me this. It's a little postcard by a very well-known artist in the comics world named James Jean. And this is something she received. Now, the original artwork of this sells for thousands of dollars, because all of his pieces of art are collector's items. And when I revealed I was going to be editing on Legends of Tomorrow, she sent me this, and it's called The Editor. It's something James Jean painted specifically about picture editing. And in the back it says, the editor prunes the many branching narratives of her imagination emerging from a ceramic planter on her lap. She is bathed in the glow of a screen as she takes in the multitude of narratives unfolding before her. The choices are endless, and she wields her pruning shears carefully. Within the planter are various touchstones the editor can use to evaluate the merit of each branching narrative, letting them steep in her witch's brew. It's, I've never heard, what I do my job, as my career, as my passion described so eloquently. And this meant the world to me when she sent this to me. And this is just, this is a postcard that came in a magazine that she found. And to me, this is one of my most precious pieces of art, of all the art that I have in my house, of the many, many times I've bought art prints from artists at Comic-Con and WonderCon and online. Like this is one of the most important pieces of art in my house. And I keep it with me when I'm editing. And the other piece is not really art, but it kind of is art because Photoshop was involved, and it's framed. So when I got my editing credit, the editor I was working with, who's supported me, and I've worked with him for 2 years on Legends of Tomorrow, surprised me with this. And what it is, it's our logo, Legends of Tomorrow, with my editing credit. And then this is an image from the episode that I solo edited on. I Am Legends, what episode number and its air date, and Legends Never Die, our tagline, and also kind of what the episode's about, because they're immortal in this episode temporarily. But you know, it's framed, it's nice, and this is the best present he could have ever given to me. And it's little gestures by friends, whether it's a text or a message or a picture or a funny meme, has helped me survive this last year. So I would say find those little things, and it might come from unexpected places. So, you know, find those little bits of happiness that make you smile, and take care of yourself.